जो मर्द होता है उसे दर्द नहीं होता मेम साहब।
कैंपस में कौन जानता है तुझे? कभी राजवीर सिंह की बंदी है तू, दैट्स इट।
सच कहा तुमने, मैं कोई नहीं हूँ तेरे बिना। बेबी प्लीज काम डाउन।
दाम दे रहे हैं, दान नहीं। प्यार से दे रहे हैं, रख लो, वरना थप्पड़ मार के भी दे सकते हैं।
पुष्पा, 1000 बार मैंने बोला कपड़े ढंग से पहन के आया कर। 3 मर्द घूम रहे हैं यहाँ पे।
Mainstream media and society in general portrays men and masculinity as something that is bold, powerful, fierce, and most importantly, violent and aggressive. Greetings everyone, welcome to my channel The 21st Century Nari Speaks and I hope you are doing safe and great. मर्द को कभी दर्द नहीं होता. It's a popular saying which I'm sure you must have heard at least once in your lifetime. But it's not just on screen.
Men who portray stereotypical set gender qualities like being bold, inexpressive, and emotionless are regarded as true men, while those who are caring, expressive, and show their emotions are regarded as girly and looked down upon.
A popular research shows that men and women who exhibit more masculine qualities have higher reach in market as compared to those who don't, since normative representations are dominated by the so-called masculinity.
But it's not just about reach. Acceptance and appraisal of a man in a society is determined by their masculine traits. But what's the difference between healthy and toxic masculinity? And is masculinity always bad?
While toxic masculinity on one hand entails being dominant, violent, being homophobic and emotionless, healthy masculinity on the other hand entails being honest, loving, inclusive and ensuring freedom.
So, how does it take place?
In a patriarchal society, while on one hand women are expected to be naive, submissive and caring, men are expected to be dominant and aggressive. As a result, men grow up with a false image of masculinity in their minds. Even if they are unable to fit in this size, they conform, leading to ambiguity of their own identity, which further leads to mental health issues. Men have to ensure they're independent, strong enough to protect their families, and economically more literate as compared to their female counterparts. In that sense, they're expected to be higher than females. As a result, if a female counterpart is faring better, they tend to see it as an attack on themselves and take upon aggression and violence to prove their so-called dominance in front of the society. It is well noted that men who portray qualities of toxic masculinity receive respect and admiration, but little mental health and unhealthy interpersonal relationships.
But now you may ask, why is this culture still in place? In the true core of feminism, every gender and sexuality is regarded with equal respect and acceptance.
This has the potential of all the genders rising to equal power and thus changing how our society functions, capable of overturning structure in society. Hence, in order to maintain this status quo, every gender is allotted a role.
But here's the thing, even if at the face of it, it appears that patriarchy provides advantage of men over others, it's not the case. Men are not allowed to express their emotions. Men are not allowed to take up conventional job roles meant for female. Men are not allowed to cry. Men are told to man up if they appear to be weak. This is not the kind of society we need. We need society which is caring, expressive, which is non-violent and inclusive. And that is why we have feminism. To fight this toxic masculinity and to actually establish what healthy masculinity means. Hope this video created a bit of change in the minds. Thank you. Keep watching.